Good morning, people of the press. Please have a seat or stand and we can begin this press conference about the upcoming NFL draft. This is a very important draft coming up and we want to make sure that we get it right. Now look, preparing for the draft is a long and tedious process. We look at thousands of hours of tape. We talk to hundreds of players. We try to be as prepared as possible so we do not overpay for the next Ryan Leaf. Now, you don't know who Ryan Leaf is? Google it. It'll make you throw the fuck up. Anyway, let me explain our thoughts as we prepare for the upcoming NFL draft. Now, did you know that the actual official term for the draft is player selection meeting? But we do not call it that. We call it the draft. Why? Because sometimes that draft feels like a nice cool breeze coming from the window when you're lying in bed and it feels great, blowing on your balls like a good draft pick. But sometimes that draft blows on your neck and you can't stand up straight for 3 days like a bad draft pick. We've been walking around with stiff necks for 14 fucking years. Print that! Look, this draft could very well be the beginning of the end for Dable and Schoen, or it might save them. We've had meetings day after day, and here's where our heads are at right now. Now, follow along, you fucking momos. In the first round, I want Mason Graham, a monster defensive lineman. Schoen wants Abdul Carter. I'm telling you, that kid had something wrong with his foot, and we do not need explosive edge rushers exploding their own feet. Graham would be amazing on the same line as Sexy Dexy. Meanwhile, Dable wants Sanders or Ward. Fucking idiot. In the second round, I want Maxwell Hairston. Again, my philosophy is build a defense instantly that's really good and take the pressure off the offense. Schoen wants Zabel, an offensive guard. I said to him, how many more fucking offensive linemen are you going to draft? It's like 40 over the last 3 years already. And all you have is 40 Haystacks Calhouns eating all the training table food. Meanwhile, Dable wants Milrow. Fucking little hobbit wants only quarterbacks. In round 3, Schoen wants Darius Alexander, and I want Jordan Birch. Now, I'm okay with either because if we get to this point, we will have the best defensive line in the NFL, and I am not kidding. Meanwhile, Dable wants Jackson Dart. I had to hold Schoen back from kicking him right in the fucking dick. We also get a compensatory pick at the end of the round. Schoen wants Scatterboo. And I said, oh, you want to pick a short, fat fuck who had one good game in college? Schoen said, I think he can rush for 1,000 or maybe 1,200 yards, whichever comes first. I looked at him and I said, my God, you're an idiot. And round number 4, Schoen wants Ty Robinson. Now, I'm okay with that. Build that fucking defense overnight. Meanwhile, Dable wants Tyler Shuff if he's still available. That would put Tommy Cutler 6 on the quarterback depth chart. In round number 5, Schoen wants Makuba. And I'm okay with that. We're making an insane defensive line, and we already have amazing linebackers and edge rushers, so now let's tighten up the defensive backfield. Dable wants Will Howard, a quarterback at Ohio State. Oy, oy, oy. In round number 6, we have Ugats. We don't got no pick. Meanwhile, Dable wants us to buy Quinn Ewers, quarterback at Texas. At this point, we slapped Dable around and locked him in the closet with Mush and Frankie Coffee Cake. Finally, round 7, Schoen wants Rock Taylor. And I said, you aren't old enough to remember Rocky Thompson, but I don't pick receivers with the name Rock or Rocky. I want Nickens, a safety out of Clemson. And Dable yelled from the closet, and he wants Kyle McCord. And if there's an 8th round take John Elway. You think Dable was insane? Here was Mara's picks when we asked him for some input. In round 1, he wants to clone LT because we have the money and he knows a doctor. In round 2, he wants to take Tom Brady. In round 3, he wants to clone more great giants from the past. In round 4, he wants to trade down for all the 7th round picks because it will be less expensive. In round 5, he said, Mott the Hoople, whatever the fuck that means. In round 6, he said, take Ali. I said, take Ali where? And he said, no, take Ali in the 6th round. He's going to knock him out in round 7. He simply said, and the seasons go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. At that point, we had him taken up to his office suite bathroom where he takes a bubble bath and plays Battleship against George Steinbrenner in his mind. He likes sinking George's boats. He says Steinbrenner is no shipbuilder. He's a shitbag, and he got fortunate. And that's that. I wouldn't say we're dysfunctional right now. I would just say we're a little doozy bots. Sometimes it feels like we pull up our underpants to take a shit. But the bottom line is we've been down so fucking damn long that it looks like, to me, I mean, we won 3 games last year. If we doubled the win amount, we will go 6-11. Now, that might not mean that much to you, but to us, winning 6 games this year would be like winning the prettiest big competition at the local 4-H fair. It's a start. And that's that. I will see you people after the draft is over. If you get any inside poop, please reach out to me and let me know. I don't need to draft any show ponies with underlying injuries or mental issues. Good day. Wish me happy drafting. Let's go Big Blue. Let's build the present and be chefs of the future. Let's core apple. Zip, zip, zip.